Gladys Smith emerged from the meeting a triumphant Mary Pickford. Mary Pickford made her Broadway debut at the Belasco Theater. She was thrilled by the beauty of the space and the affluent audiences. Pickford didn't have star billing, but she was certain that it was just a matter of time. But even on Broadway, theater was seasonal. When the play closed in March 1909, Mary faced months without work. Charlotte knew there were jobs in a new form of entertainment that was sweeping the country: the movies. For workers and new immigrants, movies seemed like magic, and they only cost a nickel to watch. Respectable society viewed them with suspicion.
If theater was the bottom, movies were the bottom of the bottom. Movies were possibly the gutter.
As a Belasco actor, Mary thought they were far beneath her dignity.
But it was Charlotte's orders, so she dutifully went down to the Biograph studios. And the director, D.W. Griffith, walked out into the lobby.
D.W. Griffith was an innovator, trying to shape moving pictures into a new art form. At the same time, he had to keep the studio profitable by churning out 3 films a week.
She was slumming by going down there, pure and simple. So she wasn't about to be deferential. As it happened, Griffith was impressed.
He was thinking how beautiful her eyes were and how they had languorous possibilities. What Mary Pickford remembered him saying was, "You're too little and you're too fat." Finally, within one conversation, he had hired her.
The next day, she appeared as an extra in a short comedy. Soon, she was playing major roles. The thing that most attracted me was the intelligence that shone in her face, Griffith later said. She has a most remarkable talent for self-appraisal. And, as he would learn, for business. 16-year-old Mary swiftly negotiated double the going rate of $5 a day. Most films at the time ran 10 to 15 minutes and were shot in 1 to 2 days. They told simple stories in wide shots so the actors could be seen head to toe. For Mary and the Biograph crew, filming was long and hard. But it was also fun. A continual scramble of improvisation and accident.
The great thing for Mary working with Griffith was watching him use camera movement, think about the editing process, the telling of the story. Here is a time when movies are being invented. And she was in on the ground floor, but at the highest possible level. And she learned.
She studied her performances carefully and realized that the camera demanded a new style of acting.
In Mary's era, the prevailing acting method was the Delsart method. Specific emotions were indicated by fairly specific gestures. Anger would be, the narrowing of the eyes, make them burn. Distress would be,
Pickford changed that.
She invented acting for film. She understood that you have a close, intimate relationship with the camera, and more subtle, more naturalistic gestures would be very effective. She stands out because she has more vibrancy, she has more immediacy, and she actually conveys more emotion in the process.
In her first year at Biograph, Pickford appeared in more than 60 films. She played mothers, deserted wives, prostitutes, and virgins. She realized that she was basically a comic or light actress. It was a shock, she said, but in stature, temperament, and general appearance, I was not fitted for great emotional roles. She began to fight with Griffith to interpret parts the way she wanted.
Griffith and Pickford were not a comfortable mix. He wanted a kind of ethereal, beautiful, romanticized version of a Victorian woman. Vulnerable, just not who Mary Pickford was. Mary Pickford was resilient, she was tough, she fought back.
When they started filming Willful Peggy in July 1910, she complained that she was tired of insipid heroines. Griffith told her to play the part the way she wanted. Willful Peggy is a peasant girl, forced to marry an older nobleman.
From the very beginning, audiences could tell that she was something different. She just lights up the screen.
Embarrassed and awkward, Peggy is desperate to escape her new surroundings. Her husband's nephew suggests that she change to men's clothing and visit a local tavern.
What the audience responded to was a woman who was absolutely ready to burst out of society's conventions. Was a woman who wanted to take control of her own life. Was a woman who wanted to be a woman and a wife, but also do all the things that a man can do.
Her fresh interpretation of women as strong and resourceful struck a chord with audiences. She was soon Biograph's most popular actress. The movies were not prestigious, but they paid her well. At 19,